Cooks traded to the LA Rams for a first-round and sixth-round draft pick. We ended up getting Brandin Cooks and a fourth-round draft pick. So what does Brandin Cooks have to for the Rams? He's got 1,000 yards receiving every single year. He's got an average of 8 touchdowns, and he kind of emulates that Deshaun Jackson type of player that Sean McVay had in the Washington Redskins. So this helps out a lot offensively. You do not lose a step offensively, losing Sammy Watkins. You still will have the tendency and potential to have the number one scoring offense in the league. And then obviously adding guys like Aqib Talib, Marcus Peters, and Ndamukong Suh really is going to help out your defense tremendously, because you gotta pass the ball to someone, and you got to try to run the ball against one of the best interior defensive tackles in the league at stopping the run. So the Rams have done a tremendous job acquiring talent where they need it most. And they actually went and aggressively attacked those needs as best as they could. And they did a hell of a job. Les Snead deserves our appreciation. One thing about Brandin Cooks is he's a little undersized, 5'10" for a wide receiver, but he's got hands. He's got the speed to create separation. He's got the skills to open up the defense for those other guys like Robert Woods in the middle and Cooper Kupp, and guys like Gerald Everett are going to have to step it up this year. Also Tyler Higbee, depending on how they go about that tight end position. With a guy like Brandin Cooks, is you got the numbers to back it up, you have the touchdowns to back it up, you have the film, and then he also has 4.3 speed. So he's a really fast guy with good hands. So depending on how you want to go about this, is you look at it as an upgrade to Sammy Watkins only if we extend him long term. If you ended up renting him out, kind of like you did Sammy Watkins, then it's not going to work out, and that was a bad move for the Rams. Yes, it was a good year for the Rams offensively, but in terms of trading picks and keeping players when you're supposed to keep them, that's a bad trade, in my opinion. But now, hopefully, this one will become a good one if we can extend him and pay him what this guy deserves. And I think he has the same agent as Jared Goff, so there is that chemistry there. They worked out together in the past, and everything is lined up for the Rams to really become a really good team. I mean, you look at the team overall, and they have a really great lineup offensively and defensively. You have an aging offensive line that you kind of have to look at whether or not you use some of these draft picks to go and get, talent when you need it, where you need it, especially on the offensive line, the linebacker position. But other than that, the Rams are one of the best teams in the NFL when it comes to true talent. There's really no knock on the Rams. They've done a great job getting players, acquiring talent in the offseason, making moves. A lot of people are looking at the Rams like one of the best teams in the NFL. And not only like top 5 teams in the NFL, depending on how you rank the other teams in the NFC, with the Eagles coming off a Super Bowl win, the Vikings getting their guy when it comes to Kirk Cousins, who's a really good quarterback, which we will play this year again. We're going to play the Vikings, we're going to play the Eagles again, and then we're going to play the Saints. So in a way, it's like last year. It's like, okay, we're playing these elite teams again, and it's not only against them, it's also the AFC West. I think it's, who else are we playing? The NFC North. So you have a hard schedule, so you're going to have to acquire these players, and they did a really good job. Brandin Cooks, in my opinion, I didn't expect this. I honestly did not expect the Rams to trade for Brandin Cooks. I knew that Brandin Cooks was traded to the New England Patriots last year for the first-round draft pick, and then he had a really good season. I remember last year when he was traded from New Orleans to New England, is that they kept saying, well, Brandin Cooks is going to make the Patriots Super Bowl champion. Well, they got pretty close, and they were doing a good job to a certain point. But then it shocked me the fact that they would trade him to the Rams out of all the teams. And I'm like, okay, well, we picked up a great wide receiver that will have chemistry with Jared Goff, who is really good. He's got 1,000 yards, so we do not lose a step. And this looks really good on paper for the LA Rams. So hopefully the Rams can really go out the rest of the year and look at the draft and really hit those weaknesses that we have on the offensive line and on the linebacker position. So I don't know what you guys think about this move. I think it's a good move overall. The Rams upgrade on wide receiver. They give up a first-round pick, but they do end up getting a fourth-round pick, and they love those fourth-round picks and sixth-round picks. And the Rams really don't lose a step offensively. They actually acquired a younger and faster wide receiver with really good hands, got chemistry with Jared Goff, and will fit this team very well. It doesn't give you the baggage that a guy like Odell Beckham Jr. would, in a way, but at the same time, he's giving you production. He's got the numbers. He's, one thing about the Rams is they had the 23rd pick, and in 2015, the New Orleans Saints ended up drafting Brandin Cooks with the 20th pick. So in a way, you got an upgrade with the 23rd when they selected him in the 20th pick. If you look at it that way, it's going to look like a good trade. A lot of people didn't like the move because they wanted to get a linebacker. They wanted to get an edge rusher. I, in a way, wanted an offensive lineman. But the Rams can't go wrong getting quality pieces for their team. They just can't simply go wrong. And if you look at it this way, Brandin Cooks was drafted 20th in the first round. So, I mean, you give up a 23rd pick. You kind of got in a steal there. Plus, he's in the prime of his career. He's going to want to get paid. You're going to pay Sammy Watkins anyways. Let's see what this guy has. And if he produces more, then there's no reason why not to extend him long term. And McVay likes his speedster-type wide receivers like Deshaun Jackson. So as long as Gerald Everett steps up to his game, he will have the same type of offense he did in Washington with a whole more elite staff of players, because he didn't have a Todd Gurley back in Washington. He didn't have, a first-round draft pick. He had Kirk Cousins, who they really did a good job developing him with the Washington Redskins. And he did a really good job, and he's shown out. He's gotten paid. And I'm pretty sure Jared Goff is going to go the same route. Being that he almost had 4,000 yards throwing and almost 30 touchdowns and 7 interceptions. Jared Goff is my guy. He's going to have a really good year this year, second year with Sean McVay. So I'm really excited to see what the Rams are doing in the offseason. They're the talk of the town. They're the talk of the league. And this trade makes them one of the best teams in the NFC. They were already the best team. Now they became even better. Thank you guys for watching the video. Let me know what you guys think. Do you like the trade? Or are you more in tune of why didn't we go get a linebacker, or why didn't we go get an edge rusher? I'm really thinking the Rams are going to go and get an edge rusher slash linebacker slash offensive lineman in the 3rd and 4th rounds. I think we do have 1 3rd-round pick. We have 3 4th-round picks, and I think 3 6th-round picks. So this looks very good on paper for the Rams. I mean, they don't have a lot of needs. They've already acquired talent on their free agency, trading, players and stuff. So the sky's the limit with this team, and it's shown a lot that the Rams really take this seriously. It's not like they're sleeping. It's not like they're not making moves, or at least not attempting to, get the best players that they can get at what they can get at the time. So one thing as well is the Rams got Pro Bowlers like crazy this offseason. If you look at it, the Rams have acquired really good talent this year. They got Brandin Cooks, who has 24 receiving touchdowns since 2015. And Ndamukong Suh, 5-time Pro Bowler. Aqib Talib, 5-time Pro Bowler. And no injuries. Remember that. Aqib Talib has no injuries. And then Marcus Peters, 19 interceptions since 2015. So you've literally gotten 2 first-round picks from the 2015 draft this year. You obviously know Ndamukong Suh is one of the best defensive tackles stopping the run, and they're going to use him as a nose tackle. So he's going to help these new linebackers if they ended up drafting linebackers. And then obviously Brandin Cooks with 24 receiving touchdowns since 2015. Those are elite numbers. Those are elite players, and the Rams are in a great position to go and get their Super Bowl. Until next time, you guys. Thank you guys for watching the video. Leave a like, share, and subscribe. And thank you guys for all the love you guys have shown on the other videos I've made. I try to make highlight videos for all the really under the radar Rams players, and I'm going to keep doing that this offseason. Until next time, thank you guys for watching. This has been an episode of Clash of the Horns.